Hey everyone, in this FIFA 23 How to Scout Players Manager Career video, that's exactly what I'm going to show you. So I've got a team that's relatively new here and I want to look at my scouts and see how this whole system works. To access your scouts, if you right button over until you get to the transfers area, you will find scouts, scout report. So we're going to go through both of these things here in this video and explain how this works. So scouts, if we jump into that first, we have for this team, and this is typically the standard when you start career mode, I have 3 scouts. I can also hire more scouts if I want. So if I want to increase the amount of players that we're going to be searching for, I could hire a scout here. So if I press A to hire a scout, or whatever button it shows down the bottom, that would probably be X on the PlayStation, I can see different scouts. Now a rubbish scout, you can see, is not going to cost me much. But a good scout like this one is going to cost me a whopping 4 million for their scouting network. So it's entirely up to you, but I'm not going to buy any of those at the minute. Because I haven't got that much money, quite frankly. So we're going to go with our scouts here. So you can see this guy, if I just hide my camera just for a second because it's hiding something, is currently scouting England. See the right hand side there? This guy is scouting Denmark. And this one is not scouting anything at the minute, so available for missions. So let's assign a scout to a region and show you how that works first. So let's send this scout to a country. So you can see A to send to country. Down the bottom, if it's a different button like X on the PlayStation, you should see that down the bottom left hand side. You can then send the scout wherever you want. It could be Asia, rest of Europe, Central Europe, wherever you want. So I'm going to send him off to South America. And I'm going to say, search Argentina for me. So do I want to set up a scout network here? Yes. So then he will go off in transit and it will take him a little while to go to that area. And he will then start searching based on my instructions. Now, these players have been these scouts have been scouting players for me. This one has found 60 players. This one has found 18. Now, if we have a little look at Charlie Manning here, you can see what we have is loads and loads of strikers that he has found for us to look at. So let's talk about these first and also then why he has looked at these players. So sometimes you will see down below here a complete report. You see it says complete report just over there. I see the overall value, the overall rating, the wage, release clauses, and a detailed summary. Now, if he's done a cursory glance of the player, you will get this, which gives you not really much information on the left-hand side, but it gives you a summary of the player on the right-hand side, and a rough idea what he thinks of this player. So he says first-team quality striker as a rough idea. So what this is saying is the shooting, for example, could be in the range of 56 to 66. If you want to know exactly, like we've got with Jamie Vardy, he would need to do a proper scout of this particular player. Now, each of those players that you want to get such a report on does take time. So what you want to be doing is looking through this here to see if there is a good player or a player with good potential that you like the look of, that you would like to know a bit more information on. So I'm looking through them, really looking for green ratings. So this player could be quite interesting, but he's quite old at 32. But because I'm a League 2 team, maybe that's all right. But he's not going to be worth a lot of money, so it's not a big investment. So this guy, he's a yellows, greens. This guy could be quite interesting. Plays for, where we got Sheffield United. And we've got a bit of information here. So if I wanted to get more information on this player, I could hit A, or whatever button it shows, X on the PlayStation, and say scout him more. I could also say I want to see that in the transfer hub. I want to see him in that area. I want to keep an eye on him. So I'm going to do that. And now we're looking at some of his secondary things there. You can see sprint speed and agility and acceleration. So we're getting some more information on that page. So it does look like it's got quite a lot of interesting values. So we're back out there. And what then happens, he moves to the top of this list. So if we move all the way up, there he is. And you can see the scout report is going to take 9 days to get that scout report. So the other thing you've got is, what if you don't want strikers? How do you change those instructions? So you can do that by hitting RB or R1 on the PlayStation and move over to instructions. And the reason why they're finding strikers at the minute is the default is set to this. Look for strikers that are pacey and prolific. Also, look for any position that's first team quality, free kick specialist, or striker that's first team quality. Now, let's say I don't want a striker. What I could do is remove some of these requirements here. So I'll say I'll remove that. Now, I don't want that. I don't want that. and I'm interested in any position, first team quality, free kick specialist. But let's say I really need, I don't know, let's say I want a left midfielder. So I put that in here. I could say what sort of attributes do I want them to be looking at. I'm going to say first team quality. I'm also going to narrow down that age here. So I'm using A to select each of these things. So I'm going to say I want you to look at young players. So I want 16 to 21. Do I want contracts? So if I set that down to 0, it would only focus on free agents. But I'll say, okay, let's look at those where contracts are running out with teams. So that's then basically what is being used to get my scouts to be looking for things in an area. So as we come back here, these reports will then start taking into account that as time progresses. So this guy's off elsewhere, and we are awaiting those scout reports. So what I'll do now is fast forward just so you can see how those scout reports then work in. So we go back to Central. I need to wait several days, so I'll do that and come back to you. So now the report's complete, so I see the exact information on this player. So you can see report complete, overall rating 73, value 7,000,000, 22,000, release clause. So he's going to be quite expensive to buy this player, but we can then jump into negotiations if we want, buy him. So if we went in here, if we come back out of here, because I've already put him in the transfer hub, there it would be. But to be honest, this particular player, I don't think he's worth signing. I think there are better deals out there, but I will show you quickly to go through the process here. So you can approach to buy, approach to loan, delegate to buy, delegate to loan. So we'll jump into approach to buy, skip the area here. So we offer a transfer fee, and in this case I'm going to hit Y to edit, and we'll go with the amount that he's offered. So we'll go with 700 and apply that and see what they say. So advance, submit the offer. What do they think of that? They're happy. So it was worth lowballing a little bit. Okay, they want a sell on clause. I'm fine with that, so I'll accept that. We hold to skip, and then we have agreed that player. So that's all good. So you will see that shortly we will sign that player. So that's it really with Scouts. So that's how you use them to find different players and then move through them. Hopefully that answered all your questions on Scouts. If it didn't, do let me know and I'll help you with anything else that you may want to know. But if it did help you, a little thumbs up, much appreciated. Any comments welcome. I'll see you again in another video.